I didn't know where I was, and it didn't seem to matter. I was a drifting fragment of a soul with no anchor, but full of karma. I felt completely helpless, actually, no idea where I was going or why. Galaxies spun as I moved, passing through them at faster-than-light speeds, watching galactic superclusters, ultra-nebulous, strobing pulsars and exploding supernovas slide on by, wondering if someone was doing this just to show off their creation. A blue world ahead of me, a marble of white clouds, and dark lands and sapphire oceans, a gleam. Wait, was that whole world alive? Was it looking at something? And because I could without turning, I looked back. The stars were looking down at me. An eye formed of galaxies, a wing of the cosmos brushing across infinity, and something vast, vast as the heavens, was looking down at me. I stared as I fell down onto that world, and the vision was gone. But the sight would remain with me forever. The void phoenix sent me spiraling down into the blue world below. Clouds sped by in a blanket of white and gray, and the darkness grew into the tiny points of light, and I fell towards one of them. The sudden pressure was astonishing, being squeezed from the size of something that rode the veil and could see galaxies down to whatever. Solidity was disturbing, settling in around me and feeling like crushing, impossible to breathe. The boom of a heartbeat like cannon fire in my ears, and then I was through the pressure, and there were glimmers of light as I was moved around roughly, then carefully. There was a sharp blow on my backside, and phlegm spurted out my lungs, followed by a first instinctive breath of air. Perfume, piss, incense, blood, herbs. I couldn't open my eyes to see, nor could I understand what were certainly words being spoken. "Congratulations, mistress. You have a beautiful baby girl," spoke a voice that was trying to sound enthusiastic, and instead just sounded very wary and a bit pandering. "A male would have been stillborn," a sharp yet melodic voice replied, not sounding particularly friendly, as well as tired and strained. "Let me see her." Slender, strong hands received me with precise care, going over my skin, turning me over carefully. They lingered on my ears, tracing arcs up and down, instead of around carefully, then returned me to what had to be right, underneath her face, for I could feel her breath upon me. "She bears none of the markings of the prophets." Definite disappointment. "And she definitely has her father's hair. What manner of magic has she inherited?" Gentle pressure peeled open my eyes. I couldn't focus, and a shadow loomed there, filling up my vision. I definitely felt her hands clench up, and a sucked-in breath. "Mistress?" The first woman gasped in shock. "Blood and souls. Her magic is in blood and souls." There was an odd calm about the voice now. "I dare say her father would be quite pleased." Only a moment's hesitation. "That is true, mistress." A pause. "What shall you name the child, mistress?" "She has not earned a name." "Summon a shaman. Let them make a judgment on her worthiness, and only then shall she be worthy of a name." "As the mistress commands." The cold judgment in what was probably my mother's voice was not at all friendly. I had the feeling I had to act like, right now, I was a bundle of living karma, even if I was a baby. Take my first character level as per creation. I needed to spellcast right now. So,
Ouch!
I gurgled helplessly, probably had a spot of blood tear down my face. It was a long moment before it was coolly wiped away, which didn't bode well for the future. I could only take one class. No choices whatsoever? Well, spellcasting came with it at least. Fuck, what was wrong with my matrix? Black and red mana was swirling around it in a predatory flow of necromancy and hematomancy. I had a natural talent for death and blood magic.
Oh, no. Oh, hell no.
I was definitely not going to put up with this shit. Grimly, I started to spin my matrix core. I glared at the magic and the mana inside me and around me as it started to spin, As it spun together, the black and crimson strands naturally wove and blended together into a murky, ugly slurry that looked like nothing less than crimson eyes on a tangle of black entrails. But as it continued to spin, faster and faster, more bloodlines were teased out of the surrounding field. Completely dominated by the black and red, they were nevertheless dragged forth as the interior rotation of forces continued. Looked like a verdant bloodline there. Was that elven? Another dark bloodline, vampiric? Something earth-based or crystalline? A touch of the faded white-pink. The blue-white of the arcane bloodline congealed from the mana and joined the mess, unlike the others. Mere threads which blended into or laid helplessly. On top of the black-red spiral, the blue-white energies began to seethe and build, clearly pulling on the other bloodlines as the rotation pushed them together. And the fact that all bloodlines used arcane energy as their foundation meant it was the true core. Arcane bloodline, the human bloodline, the mutt bloodline, the bloodline of magic itself, free of that goddamn death blood bias, ignited and began to consume all the others. My matrix, which had been weighted down by blood and death, insisting I slot something to make use of them, flared the pure blue-white fury of arcane power, and my sage bloodline was secured. I gurgled in relief. Distant. Unloved, like a thing instead of a precious baby. Damn, that felt cold to even think. Then again, looking at my ancestry, I could only think it was appropriate for a background like mine. No, I should plan like goddamn crazy to survive, was what I should do. I ticked over a mental lever, and something uncorked on top of my soul. Fire and ice beginning to swirl and wash through my heart and blood, a furnace of heat, and streams of ice running through me, separate and powerful, yet mixing and impossible to feel normally. My skin might have reddened and blued for a moment, but wrapped up as I was, it passed unseen. Ceremony of the frozen soul and ritual of the burning heart. On the job. Suddenly, the air felt neither warm nor cool, but just about right, and it would feel that way from close to absolute zero to plasma incandescence. Just hope I live to use it. Child of ice and fire, you have the elemental fire and elemental cold templates. This is a prerequisite to awakening the Void Phoenix bloodline. Well, damn. Didn't that make all kinds of sense? I looked at the progression, and a black and silver star was now in place. Next to level 10. I'd need to burn a feat, but who cared? Purchased feat. Level 1, Dauntless. Death itself cannot make you blink. You are immune to the effects of fear. Whoa, calmed right down there. A lot different than the odes of heaven, whispering in the ear and dispelling the jitters. This felt more like idiot savancy. I should be freaking afraid, but I was too stupid to be. Superhuman focus and lack of fear. Wasn't that a daunting combination? Indeed. Now how many masteries could I take? Shardcaster 1, gain an extra shard with shard attacks? Yeah, that slotted nicely into place. Worked with darts. So a cantrip that would hit unexpectedly hard.